Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Our parsha this week is Vayigash. Yosef finally reveals his identity to his brothers. The sons of Israel, 10 of them, come down to Egypt to procure grain during the famine from Egypt, which has been stockpiling grain for 7 years. It's now 2 years into the famine, and they're confronted with the Lord of the grain of Egypt, who they do not know is their brother, Yosef, who they had decades earlier sold into slavery. He has now become essentially the most powerful man in the world. He can't hold back any longer. He says, chapter 45, verse 3, Yosef said to his brothers, I am Yosef, is my father still well? But his brothers could not answer him, so dumbfounded they were on account of him. Then Yosef said to his brothers, come forward to me. And when they came forward, he said, I am your brother Yosef, he whom you sold into Egypt. Now do not be distressed or reproach yourselves because you sold me here. It was to save life that God sent me ahead of you. It is now 2 years that there has been famine in the land, and there are still 5 years to come in which there shall be no yield from tilling. God has sent me ahead of you to ensure your survival on earth and to save your lives in an extraordinary deliverance. So it was not you who sent me here, but God. And God has made me a father to Pharaoh, Lord of all his household, ruler over the whole land of Egypt. Yosef has all the power in the world to exact vengeance on the brothers who made him miserable for so many years. Surprisingly, he says not even, I forgive you for what you did. He says, do not feel any guilt. You did nothing. This was all God's doing. This is complicated theology. This is suggesting a lack of free will. This is a parsha that brings up this question. On the easier to swallow side, for those who fall on the side that there is free will, I don't know the answer to that question. He is at least saying, I look at everything that has happened to me, and I know that there is a reason that I ended up here. 2020 has been a year of Mitzrayim, a year of narrowness. That's the Hebrew name for Egypt, Mitzrayim, narrow spaces. We've all lost people, opportunities, experiences. We talked about this at Rosh Hashanah. We're now 4 months into the year of 5781, and of course 2020 is coming to a close. Without negating the loss that we've experienced, I want us all this Shabbat to think about, what have we learned this year about ourselves? And how are we going to be different in 2021? I wish you a Shabbat Shalom and a happy and healthy secular New Year. I look forward to seeing you soon.